Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today I have a project that was requested in a comment and I'm like, I could do that for you guys. So we're going to do a UVDTF sticker in a tray mold today. But before that, I got some Happy Mail with no name in it. So please tell me who you are so I can thank you properly. And first and foremost, they never forget Don. They sent him 2 packages of his absolute favorite vanilla flavored Tootsie Rolls. So he's very happy to get these. And I'm like, don't touch them. I need to say thank you before you open that package. So he's patiently waiting. And then they sent me a package of silicone mats, which was nice. There's 3 of them, I think, in this package. So I'm going to replace the ones. Oh, there's 2 of them in here. I have right next to me that you can't see unless Don shows you my terrible messy room in his videos. I have all my resins sitting next to me. And I need to replace the silicone mats underneath them. So that is where these are going to be going. So thank you very much. Love silicone mats, but they do not last forever. I don't like that about them. So they do always need to be replaced. So that's where they're going to go, to my left. And one more thing, and they know me very well, and they know I can't mix colors good. They sent me some color wheels. So if I have problems after this, there's really no hope for me. So there are several of them, and this one of them says a guide to mixing colors right here. A guide to mixing colors. So I'm going to study this. And I'm going to beat Don in the next color mixing challenge with alcohol inks. Let me tell you, I'm going to someday get that down. Today I really wanted to do the tray that I got from Tracy, which is this big one here. I pulled this one out. I was going to do it, and I pulled my UVDTF stickers out, and none of them fit. They're all just a little too short, and I really don't want to cut this off. So I'm going to use this for something else very soon. So I pulled out this one from Let's Resin. Although it's not wide enough, I would rather cut the ends off than have to cut this way up. So this is going to be a simple one. I think it's going to be simple. I'm just going to pour. Oh, I forgot to grab my blue mica that I loved. This one came in some Happy Mail from Eye Candy. It's called Blue Blood, and it's kind of like this smoky denim color. So I know it doesn't look like that in this package, but if I remember correctly, that's what it looks like in resin. And I think that will look really, really pretty. And of course, crushed crystal and all that jazz. So all we got to do is pour this and let it cure, and then we'll do the rest after we unmold it. I will get this sticker cut to the proper size and then try to place it in there the best that I can without messing it up, because you get one chance. I'm still working on Rose's butterflies, so I'm going to mix up about 12 ounces. This one's going to make like 10 or need 10. It says 9.2. Usually it's more than that by a ½ ounce or an ounce, so I'm going to do 10 for this. I'll probably do like 11 or 12. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're going to have some extras. It's just a fact of life in my life. So let's get started. I'm going to use my epoxy resin, and let's get that mixed up and debubbled and colored.
Golden rays dance on the floor. Blue and yellow we adore.
I did 12 ounces, so I've already poured the butterfly since I've done it so many times with you in the past couple days. I'm just gonna pour them in the background. So I've got the epoxy mixed up. Let's hope this is the color I'm thinking it is, or I might have to adjust. We're gonna do just a little bit first. I'm trying to quiet my backgrounds on the videos because of that air purifier, but what I did want to say about that, because I do pay attention to the numbers on the screen to see what it is in the room that's so high in VOCs when you hear it running. Oh, this is a little darker than I thought. I think I'm going to lighten this. So when, like, I only use Let's Resin brand resins, and they say low VOCs, and they are true. It is true. When you're hearing it run, the screen display says about 1.5, which is really, really low for VOCs. It's when you spray the alcohol in your room, it shoots up to like 9.9. So that got me thinking, I'm going to like cut down on the alcohol spraying if I can. Of course, I want to spray my molds, but I'm thinking like if I need to pop bubbles, maybe I'll use a long neck lighter when I'm unmolding my molds. I'm going to use, I have soapy water in my room like right here. Why I use alcohol, I don't know. I'm just so used to grabbing it. So I think I'm going to start using soapy water to unmold them. That way I'm not constantly spraying the alcohol in my room, because as you can tell, the purifier just now went off. So it already took the VOCs out of my room from the resin mixing. So when they say low VOCs, they are right. Let me grab some white mica powder. I'm just going to lighten this up some because I don't want it. Here's the sticker. It's basically the same color as the butterfly. I don't want to lose the butterfly. So I think I'm going to just get a little bit lighter blue. And try that. See what happens. Unless maybe it cured later. Or I'm thinking of another blue, but I really loved this color. I remember loving this color when I mixed it up, which I do. It's like a denim blue. But I want it a little bit lighter, being that it's the background for that little sticker there. That's pretty. That's almost like a silvery gray blue. That's really nice. That is more like these flowers. Okay, that's all we needed to do. I'm gonna pop this in my vacuum chamber, but first I need to split it into a cup. Otherwise I have to like literally let these came up all smashed, so I'm just going to use them for the vacuum chamber instead of for measuring, since I don't trust them for measuring with the smashed bottoms. So these are now vacuum chamber cups. I'm just going to get some in there. That way you don't have to constantly release the pressure when you're babysitting that thing.
Flying in the light, crafting dreams under the bright. Glitz and glitter make it shine. Summer days feel so divine. Sunflower blooms and resins glow. A masterpiece will always show. Hands create with steady.
And now it's ready, so let's spray some alcohol and raise those those VOCs in my room. Oh gosh, now that I don't want to do that. But no, I said in my molds I'm gonna do it because I don't want bubbles more than I'm worried about the VOCs. I do trust that machine. I love this machine, and I'm so thankful to Resiners for allowing me to try it out for them. I know a lot of you have bought it, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have the same reaction that I have when it totally opens up your eyes to what's going on, what you're using. I mean, that thing turns on for paint pens, you guys. It is so sensitive, and it's across the room from me. So it's not like you have to be right on top of it. So I'm really happy. Like I said, I'm trying to remember to take it out, the background noise. I have just learned how to do that on my software. So hopefully it's helping a little bit. I'm sure you can hear it, and I probably sound a little bit different when it's running and when I'm doing that, but that's the reason why I sound a little different in some of the clips than other clips, because of that background remover. I'm just gonna try to get some bubbles out of those. I can't really tell if, well, it's not full enough yet to worry about the bubbles, I guess. Nothing fancy today, just filling a color. Putting a sticker on and top coating that. But like I said, I try to take your suggestions if I can remember them. This was not on my list to do, but I want to do what you guys want to see as well, not just what I have planned in my head. And this is going to take the whole thing. Let me just grab, I even pre-done, look at this, I pre-colored some extras molds for magnets with these new chameleon flakes that just came in the mail. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be ready for extras today. And yeah, look, I don't have any. I probably will maybe after the next coat or so. Oh, I was going to grab this and Just go around that inner lip. I can't really tell if there's bubbles in there or not. I don't think there are. Maybe in these corners. I think it's just the mica powder that I'm looking at. But it does not hurt to go around. Let me grab my paper towel here. And I'm pretty sure I can go ahead and scrape the cup in here. I mixed up 12, like I said, and I used a half for that butterfly. So domed is about 11 and a half. And I have just enough to fill like one of these. I'm gonna do this little flower. I only filled in one little flower because I didn't fill it all the way up. Actually, I'm gonna have to do a different one. I'll do a ice cream cone. I think I have enough to do one. I haven't used that mold in a long time. There we go. Just gotta, you probably can't see what I'm doing. I'm just filling up that little ice cream cone. I'm gonna scrape. This should hold the scrapings, I hope, or it's gonna overflow. And then instead of spraying with alcohol to cut down, like I said, I use a long neck lighter. I also bought this from Walmart. Oh man, it's almost half gone. I don't even know. Can you refill these things? If you can, I'm not sure how. And this is just like a lighter. It's a lighter. I bought it at the checkout stand. It was with the lighters, so I don't think it's as potent as a torch. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, so you don't ruin your molds, just go over. Long neck lighters are not going to ruin your molds ever, unless you hold it there forever. But that's all I'm going to do. I have a little bit of overage over here, but we can always trim that off after the fact. And that could be from me going around with a silicone tool. I do want to shout out, I just remembered, I have a new youngest viewer to take the scene. She's 18 months old. Her name is Penelope, and they call her Sweet Pea. So I guess she sits and watches with her grandmother, and she's intrigued, and the grandmother doesn't know if it's my voice or what it is, but Penelope sits intrigued when my videos are on. So Penelope, hi! How you doing, little girl? So yeah, she's our new youngest viewer, which is a year and a half old. That is so adorable. Too bad she can't like make challenges for us like the other young viewers have been doing. We still have to get to those. We haven't forgotten. We're just planning. I can't always catch done, but we are getting to them. This corner here, for some reason, has too much, so I just propped it up with a stick. I think that's good. Otherwise, I'm just gonna peel it off. All right, that's it for now. Let's get this cured and move on. Since I'm talking about VOCs today, I do want to mention one more thing, just so you guys are aware. I did not know this. So I use 99% alcohol. I buy this on Amazon by the caseload. I have been for years. And this stuff is what I'm talking about. That's super high in VOCs. Well, recently, a couple weeks ago, I purchased 91% alcohol just for my cleanup because I was using the expensive stuff to clean all my tools and my hands and whatever, my gloves, everything. So I'm like, why am I doing that? Like, this is really expensive. This is not. So I bought a case of the 91% just because of the cost, not because of anything else. So what I'm noticing now, when I'm using the 91 to clean my tools, like I just cleaned this silicone cup that I mix my resin in right next to the air purifier because that's where my garbage can is, and the VOCs barely went up. They did not go up shooting high. So the alcohol is a big difference too in your room. This went up to, let me go look. So it's now 2.8 in my room from the 91% alcohol that I poured right next to the thing. But if I use the 99, it'll go up to like 9.9. So that's another way you can save VOCs. I'm just trying to give you guys some tips. Stay healthy, but have fun. You know, I I don't want to like get sick or anything or not be able to do this. So I'm trying many ways to cut down on those VOCs the best that I can. You can also leave the room because this doesn't take but 5-10 minutes when it's that low to clear up the air in your room, and then just come back in when it's finished. I'm sure this may put some off while it's curing, but I don't really notice it going off when I'm sitting at the computer waiting for curing and working on editing or whatever. So it's pretty good. I also cover all this. This is my heat mat that's underneath. Everybody wonders what this is. My heat mat is underneath this. And then I have a silicone mat, and then I change construction paper just so you guys have a clean background and you can see what I'm doing. So that's all this is. So I usually cover this up and then turn my heat mat on in a little while. So just those pointers, 91 and 99% alcohol, make a huge difference. And if you don't have an air purifier to tell you all this, that's another thing. I want you to know this just so you can take those precautions, so because you don't know what's going on around you if you don't have that going on in the background. Okay, back to curing. I think it's about ready to come out. The butterfly, though, is still too soft because it's so small and thin, so it takes a little bit longer. So we're going to cure that a second time with the top coat of this. But I got more mail today, and Barbara had been asking me if I've received my little black package, and we all know what comes in black envelopes, right? Well, if you don't, it's the Into Resin molds. I got my black package today, so I'm assuming this is from Barbara. I didn't open it yet, so I think it could be a turtle, but I'm not sure. I'm glad it's a small mold so I can use it for extras, and it is a turtle. Thank you, Barbara. Oh, it's so cute. It's gonna be so shiny and so cute. So now I could do a different one other than this one that I've been doing a million times that it's turned white. So thank you so much, Barbara. I love when black packages come to the house. I guess she's been tracking it. It takes a while. They take 4 to 6 weeks to get anything. So don't give up. They are worth the wait if you get Into Resin molds. So make sure you use this discount code if you want to save 20% with Into Resin. I hope you used my code, Barbara, to save you some money. Okay, let's get this one out. I only was able to pour one, so let's see how those beautiful little flakes worked. So I did purple and then like a golden color, and they worked pretty well. I should have done a complete different color, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Pretty cute. I'm gonna set that aside. I might pour the other two if I have some more resin. I want to pour that turtle now. Maybe I'll pour up an extra couple ounces just in case I need to pour a turtle today. So this one, it does not need any kind of spray to get it out. I'm pretty sure it won't bend at this point. So you just pop off the corners. This one comes in a set of 2. This is a Let's Resin mold. I'm pretty sure I said that. And this is a smaller of the 2. The other one holds much more resin, but it was too big for that why do I always say that? DTF sticker. So I see, and I'm glad I'm covering it because I didn't mix my micas that great. So my white wasn't completely mixed up. So that is a great example of what happens if you don't mix your micas right. Good thing I have this to cover it. Now I need to measure and cut this exactly. And I have a little mica here too. I might end up just leaving it, or I may cover it with something. I'm not sure yet. Let me get this sticker cut real quick, and I'll worry about the sticker. I'll worry about that after the fact. If you want to make straight cuts, grab yourself one of these, either from Amazon or a craft store, and you can slide this and get all your straight cuts, and it measures for you at the same time. So that fits in there really good. And that's going to cover up most of those mica spots. So this is going to be my bottom. I'm going to, do I test it or do I just go for it? That's the question. First, you take the paper off the back. so you could get it sticky. You're going to end up taking the backing off and the front off. Now, sometimes they're easier than other times. There we go. And you get one chance. You can't peel this back up. It's one time and done. So a lot of times, I can't even really do this with a second chance by putting the backing back on a little higher. I'm gonna try. But I don't want my sticker to touch anything, so this is a little, it's got some static on it. I'm just trying to line this back up just so a tiny little amount is peeking out. And then I'm going to put it in here as straight as I can. Lay it down. That looks good. So I'm just going to press that sticky part down and go ahead and peel this backing off. And carefully flip it back over. Because if you get this crooked, there's no getting it off. You'll be doing something else to fix it. You'll be putting colored resin over the whole sticker is what you would do. Because there is really no other fixing if you have it crooked. So once you have it pushed on really well, grab that plastic, the clear plastic that it's sitting on. It's a really thick, heavy-duty plastic. And just pull it off as if you're transferring a decal for a Cricut. And that leaves you with your beautiful sticker. And it looks good. I have a bubble. So I'm gonna just slice that out. And then press the air out, and you'll never know it was there. My blade's coming out. So I have a few bubbles, so I'm just going to go through and slice them all out. I mean, it's inevitable with a sticker that big to not have bubbles, but if you slice it and push it, you really aren't going to see them. You're not going to see the slice, that's for sure. I'm just going to double check this whole thing. I have a few little bubbles. I think that's the worst I've ever done. Normally I don't have any. Then I'm going to get some tabletop resin. That cures the fastest. It's made for coating like this. And I am going to put some crushed crystal in that. There's one little spot right here. I think I already sliced that though, so I don't want to do that again. Okay, I already saw that spot. So let's see, let me figure out how much resin I need. I'm gonna get that stirred up and BRB. I totally lied, y'all. I mixed up my epoxy resin because I want to pour the turtle. Since I'm going to cure again, I'm going to pour the turtle. So I mixed up 4 ounces of the epoxy. I put my crushed crystal in it, and then I vacuum chambered it. And now there's something floating on the top. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just a bubble. So I pulled out these. I just bought these on clearance at somewhere. I don't remember where. They were reduced to $2.74 from $10.99. Oh, this was at Hobby Lobby's not carrying them anymore, so they were getting rid of them. So I cannot link those, but I'm gonna fill that turtle with the back of him, just the back of him. So I mixed up extra resin. This is gonna look pretty. I just want enough to cover the sticker, and that's it. No more, no less. And to get to the corners. Now the corners are tapered up, so you're not gonna be able to get it to go all the way up that way. I'm just gonna go this way. Get it right over the corner of that sticker. And that's it for this one. I may do something to the edges. I'm still contemplating that, because not crazy. I mean, it's not horrible, but I know my mistake. Most people wouldn't know that mistake. So let me just torch the top. And that is it. I want to run this around it because I see it's like catching in a few places. I just want a smooth edge. And that took, let me see how many ounces. 2 ounces. So I have 2 ounces left. In fact, that's what I was planning for. So that's good. All right, this little guy, I'm gonna pour a little resin in. I'm probably gonna have a lot more extra. And I'm just gonna dump some of these rocks in his back, just like that. And that's all I need, huh? Imagine that. Now I'm gonna stir them around because they were not coated in resin. So let's get all the bubbles out of them. Then I'm gonna fill them up, and I think I'm gonna drop some alcohol ink on the back of him so he's not clear. Maybe something like yellowish, maybe. I don't know how much this one's gonna hold. And this isn't a good way to test it either because I put rock in him. But he's so cute. So cute. I'm not sure what I could do to him after the fact. But it certainly didn't take much rock, but it's going to be pretty and it's going to be sparkling because of all the crushed crystal in there. I think I'm going to drop some yellow on it. Yellow is probably a good choice, right? Let me find my yellow. Let's see. You know, it's not going to stay on the edges. I didn't really want a clear turtle, but I'm not sure that the yellow is going to stay on the clear parts. It might pull into the center. I'm just trying to make it take up all that space. I'm sure it's not going to stay, so I'm not sure what we're going to end up with. And I still have, how much? Where's my ounces? I have 1.5 ounces left. I'm just going to keep dropping some alcohol in here. Not a whole lot left in this bottle. Maybe if I just 1.5 ounces. What can I do? Oh, I did say I wanted some magnets, right? So let me get some magnets painted real quick and move this out of the way. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour them. I know you guys know how to pour magnets. I'll surprise you whichever ones I choose.
In her studio where colors blend, Michelle's creations have no end. From coasters bright to jars that gleam, she brings to life each shining dream. Glitz and glitter, watch them dance. In Michelle's hands they find their chance. Resin flows and sparkles play, crafting beauty day by day. Bowls that shimmer, blooms that shine, each piece crafted emotion into each mold. Stories and colors silently told. A touch of sparkle, a dash of grace. Michelle's art, a radiant space. Bits and glitter, watch them dance. In Michelle's hands they find their chance. Resin flows and sparkles play, crafting beauty day by day. So here's to Michelle and her.
Well, my friends, we have come to the end of another video. And I finished all the extras, almost all I didn't unmold the turtle without you. I'm saving it for you. Here's the flowers, the chameleon flakes, and then I highlighted the sprinkles, which actually shows you the bubbles in all the sprinkles. So I just put a magnet on the back. So those are all drying. Here's the other little flowers. I just brushed some chameleon powder into the thing. If you haven't seen the butterfly, this is the butterfly I've been making all week. I have 5 more to do with the same glitter and the same rhinestones. And then you might be saying, I don't remember her pouring a little frame today. You're right. I didn't have a frame poured until I had a hiccup with my tray. So I checked on the tray, it was cured, and I had some separation right here. And I was like, no! So I mixed up 3 more ounces and I re-poured it. And now it's perfect. So with the extra ounce, I made a new picture frame. Whoops. And then this time I highlighted it with gold because the chameleon powder is red gold. And then I put little gold rhinestones. I will put acetate on the back, little pocket there. So whoever ends up with this can make a picture frame. But on this one, I just did the edges. I know a lot of you didn't like my edges the last time I did this, but I like the edges done up. It gives it a little bit of extra zhuzh for me. They can always be pulled off if you end up buying this off of eBay. That's where all my demos go if you're new to the channel. A lot of them are gone before the video hits, so please subscribe to the eBay store if you want to know what I'm doing. But other than that, it came out really, really pretty. Here's the back, is really pretty. I love that color. Look at the waviness in there. It is so, so pretty. I'm glad I added the white and that really lightened it up. I didn't do anything else to this. I mean, you can technically top coat it with UV resin if you want to make it shine just like that, but I don't think it's really necessary, to be honest with you. And you can't do these unless you're really quick with your UV light, because these kind of dip down just a little bit. So you definitely would have to use UV resin. You can't use epoxy because it will drip off as you're waiting for it to cure. So what do you think of my DTF sticker tray? You like? Now give me some ideas for this big tray, because that's what I wanted to do, but the stickers are not big enough. So give me some ideas for that big tray. I may already have it done before I read the comments, but let's get to this one. I don't want to forget. Let's see how this little turtle looks with his rocks in his back. And the yellow did stay in place, so that's good. I could see a lot of use of this mold. Oh, you can't really tell they're rocks. I wonder if it's because I put the yellow in. I don't think so. Possibly. Huh. I should try it again with no yellow. But I see the sparkle in his head and his feet now. And I mean, you can tell that something was done to his back, but you can't really say, oh, look, there's rocks in his back. No, that's not going to be a conversation. And you can outline those little squares if you want to. I wonder what it would look like in gold, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I like him just the way he is. Thank you, Barbara. I love the little mold. So next time I pour, what was he? Did he like an ounce and a half or something? Maybe an ounce? I don't remember. I should have written that down. But next time I will leave it clear and try a different rock in them and see what it looks like. Other than that, he's super cute. The tail is perfect. Love this little mold for extras. Love it, love it, love it. All right, you guys, I'm going to get you some pictures. That's it for tonight. I hope you come back tomorrow, and I will see you all then. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Ooh, 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 ooh. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining